This is the Horse Radio Network.
This is episode 607 of Horse Tip Daily. A different horse tip, a different equine topic, a different equestrian expert every day. Horse Tip Daily brings the world of equine knowledge to you, one day at a time. Today's tip is brought to you by Kentucky Performance Products. Visit them at kppusa.com. Greetings, horse people. Coach Jen here, and thanks for tuning in to Horse Tip Daily. Today's tip is from Lisa Wysocky. Lisa is an author, equine clinician, and motivational speaker who trains horses for and consults with therapeutic riding programs across the country. She is the author of My Horse, My Partner, Horse Country, and her latest, The Opium Equation, a rollicking good time murder mystery starring horse trainer Kat Enright. Today's tip from Lisa is about being prepared and organized. But first, a word from our sponsor, Kentucky Performance Products. Does your horse or pony get fat on air alone? Is he living on a dry lot or turned out with a muzzle? Can you not feed him more than a tiny handful of grain and a little hay? Well, then you need microphase. Microphase is a great way to ensure your horse or pony gets all of the nutrients he needs to stay healthy without adding calories to his diet. Microphase contains the vitamins and trace minerals not found in grass or hay, ensuring that your easy keeper gets everything he or she needs to stay healthy without the extra calories. And your horse will eat it right out of your hand. Feed as little as 2 ounces per day, so it's efficient as well. There are no added fillers, just good quality ingredients, including natural vitamin E and gut conditioners. Not every horse needs a supplement, but when they do, turn to Kentucky Performance Products to provide affordable, effective, research-proven supplements that work. It's that simple. Ask for Kentucky Performance Products Microphase by name at your local tack or feed store, or visit them online at kppusa.com and on Facebook. Just search Kentucky Performance Products. Now, enjoy today's tip. Lisa Wysocky, my favorite author of The Opium Equation, best novel I've read in years, is here with us to give us some great tips on what?
Organization for show prep.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah.
The bane of my existence. Tell me what I can do, Lisa.
I spent many, many years going up and down the show circuit as a professional trainer, and I'd be on the road for about 8 months out of the year. And I remember one time I went to a show, and we'd come home like Tuesdays and Wednesdays, and we would be back out on the road very often, or we'd go out for 2 weeks at a time and then come back. I got to a horse show, and I had forgotten every cinch I had.
Yeah. Oh, my gosh.
And I was appalled at the time. I understood, but I was appalled. You know, there was not one trainer, one competitor who would lend me a cinch at all.
Really?
And the reason for that, of course, was because I was the competition.
That's terrible.
So after that, I got really organized about my show prep, and I found there's so much stress the day of the show. There's so much stress going into a class that you want to be as organized as possible and relieve all of that stress that doesn't need to happen. So what I do is I'm a list person. Now, not everybody's a list person, but however you organize your stuff, I make sure before I leave home, I plan out my time. I say, it's going to take me 2 hours to clean my tack, and you know what? I'm going to do that the Wednesday before the show. And I'm going to clip my horse, and my horse looks best if I clip, some parts of my horse, 5 days ahead of time, and then maybe some the night before. But this is the time I'm going to do it. So you're going to manage your time going up to the show. You're not just going to, I'm going to a horse show tomorrow, I'm going to throw everything in my trailer. You're going to start saying...
No, none of us have done that.
So you're really going to plan it out and get organized. Find specific areas in your trailer. This is where my saddle goes. This is where my groom kit goes. This is where my clothes go, because I was the queen of the quick change in the show ring. In fact, I showed Appaloosa horses for many years, and it got to the point that the National Show Committee would call me to find out what horses I had entered so that they could plan their classes around my quick change schedule.
Because they didn't have to hold the class for you?
Exactly.
Oh, that's funny. Oh, stick Lisa in there. She can change in a heartbeat.
Exactly. So I got very good at being really organized. This is where my clothes go. This is my next change of outfit. This is the next set of tack I've got to use on this horse. And if you have a place for everything, it becomes so much easier because all of a sudden you can't find your reins, and the class is going in 2 minutes, and or you can't find your show sheen or whatever it is that you need. You can't find your stock or anything, and it's just becomes so stressful that you lose all focus, and your chances of success in the ring, in the competition, really decline if you're not focused and organized.
Yeah, tell me about it. One of the things that I learned over the years, I'm a list person too. I had a list for everything. It was crazy lists. I'm still a list person. But one of the things I learned, because some people are not list people, and they're by nature not organized, it stresses them out just as much to try to get organized as it does, you know what those people need to do? They need to get themselves a really good groom and listen to them. You get yourself a handler.
Yeah.
Bring somebody to the horse show with you who is an organization freak.
Yes.
And listen to them.
That's a very good point. Yes. And, I think, too, a lot of it's about time management. And most people underestimate how long it takes to do something. So, if, for example, it's going to take me 2 seconds to tack my horse. Well, really, it takes 10 minutes. Or it's going to take me, 5 minutes to warm up my horse when it's going to take 20. You run out of time, and then you become excited and anxious because you don't have enough time and you don't feel prepared. So it's also, in addition to organization, it's about time management and making sure that you have allowed enough time to allow yourself to succeed. Because so many people just really forget about all of that, and then all of a sudden they haven't done half of the things they need to do before the class, and then they go in unprepared.
Yeah, so get your horse trailer organized so things are where you can find them. Mm-hmm. Okay. And then learn and understand how long it really does take to do things. Mm-hmm. Okay, I've got that one written down.
And if you're a list person, check everything off. Make a list of everything that you have to bring with you. Make sure you have it with you and you know where it is. And as you said, Jen, if that's not your thing, delegate that to somebody else.
Yes, be a good delegator and listen to your delegator, because I've seen this so many times, especially with families who compete together. Mm-hmm. There is the competitor, and then there's the competitor's support crew.
Right.
And when the support crew is the family, the competitor tends to be a little snappy.
Can be, yes.
And that can be very, very stressful because one of the support crew, a family member, is trying to keep that person organized. Yeah. And because that person by nature is not an organization person, they have a hard time listening to them. So do yourselves all a favor. And if you've got a support crew that needs to keep you organized, get that person that you can set aside the emotional baggage that comes with being at horse shows and just say, yes, I've got it, and then do it. And
exactly.
your day will go so much better.
Oh, absolutely. And the really important thing about that is all that anxiety and stress that you're feeling is being transmitted to your horse. And there's no way your horse is going to go in and be able to do her best job when you're stressed and all of that drama is surrounding the horse's stall.
Yes, you're not going to be as focused as you think you are.
No.
Precisely. That's a great idea. I'm going to make my a bunch of people that ride out at my barn listen to this one, because they're great riders and great people, but then when they put the ramp up on their way to the horse trailer, the ramp goes up and they pull out, you can just see the white knuckles. Because they're rattled. Yes. And it's all because they're so disorganized.
Exactly. And a lot of the times they're disorganized because they haven't allowed enough time for their preparation.
Right. Exactly. So time management, people. Time management.
Yes.
All right. How to get organized for a horse show. Thanks to Lisa Wysocky. Tell our listeners where they can find more from Lisa Wysocky.
Oh, thank you, Jen. It's lisawysocky.com, WYSOCKY, and the books and DVDs are available in stores and online everywhere.
Da-da-da-da. And two of my favorites, My Horse, My Partner, and The Opium Equation, one of the few novels I keep around and I'm going to read again.
Oh, thank you.
It's awesome.
Thanks.
We'll see you next time, Lisa.
Okay.
Well, there you go. To listen to all of Lisa's tips, just go to horsetipdaily.com. Go to the experts drop-down menu on the left. You can also go to Lisa's website, lisawysocky.com. Don't forget to support our sponsors on Horse Tip Daily because they make these podcasts possible. Today's tip has been brought to you by Kentucky Performance Products, Nalox. Ask for Nalox by Kentucky Performance Products at your local feed and supply store or visit them online at kppusa.com. Your horse's digestive system will thank you. Please stop by the Horse Tip Daily Facebook page and let us know what you think of the tips you hear on the show. It's also a great place to tell us about topics you'd like to hear us cover on the show. You can subscribe to all the great shows on the Horse Radio Network through iTunes or Zune and get your horse podcasts automatically downloaded to your iPod, Zune, or MP3 player. You can also listen to the shows right on Facebook. The player's right there every day. I'll be back again tomorrow with another new expert and a different horse tip. Until then, go ride your horse! The Horse Radio Network and the Horse Radio Network hosts are not responsible for statements of guests or their opinions. Use your own judgment when listening to the tips provided by the experts on Horse Tip Daily.